How's it going for you?
Going pretty well. I mean, I got a lot of things to prove on, but for my rookie season, I feel like I contributed a lot, and try to put my best effort out there for the guys and give them my best effort. So.
I know you said you'd compete regardless of where they asked you to play, but how much of a challenge has it been to do all the different things they've asked you to do? Because it's been a lot. I've never seen many rookies be asked to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely challenging. You got to, know every position almost, and in the back end. So, just playing back at safety, when you back at safety, you got to know what's going around, all around. So, just having the blessing to have Jenkins, back there teaching me. So it's definitely made it a lot easier when I move the corner or I move the nickel.
Will you be scoreboard watching on Sunday?
Will I be scoreboard watching? Yes, I will be scoreboard watching.
I mean, because the playoff berth is at stake, so you guys know that, right?
I mean, I'm not sure when they play. They play at 4-2, so I'm not going to be scoreboard watching. I'm going to be in the game. So after the game, I'll come back, check my phone, see if we got some luck on our hand.
If you get in, you guys a problem?
I believe so, yeah. I mean, right now we're playing our best football since this year started, so we're definitely clicking on both sides, all three phases, and that's a good thing going into the back end.
Have you had a chance at all to kind of reflect into just seeing what this season has been like for you?
Not really. I'll probably wait till after the season. Right now I'm just trying to, play my best, put my best effort forward to them guys, give them my all.
Can you appreciate, though, how far you've come, though, during your rookie season?
Definitely. I always appreciate, just having the opportunity to play the game every day, wake up, be able to compete with these guys. I always appreciate that.
You're talking about, we're talking about scoreboard watching here, but it's kind of inevitable that the Redskins might put it up on the big screen at all. I mean, if you do see it, is that something that's extra motivating for you this week?
Definitely. I mean, if they put it up on the scoreboard, it'd definitely be motivating, just knowing you have a chance to go into the postseason.
There were times here, certainly after the Saints game, where things easily could have spiraled out of control, but they didn't. In your opinion, why didn't they?
Because we got good guys in this room that don't give up, and when you got a team that's get beat bad like as that, and you come back next week hungrier. So when you come back out there, you want to play, you want to keep going, you want to fix what you did wrong, you want to get better, and this team is just a perfect example of that. And right now we're playing our best ball, like I said, and it can get better. So we can always clean up our mistakes and keep going.
A lot of guys, when they come into the league, they talk about getting the technique down and everything, where you're supposed to be, and then letting some instinct then, when you're comfortable with that, take over. Where do you think you are in that kind of transformation?
It's always a thing. I always got to work on my technique. That's an everyday thing. That's something you can tune up, keep it going, because when you don't do it, it kind of like falls off a little bit. But, I always do work on my technique, but when I'm on the field, it's almost an instinct thing. When I'm at practice, I work on my technique. So on the field, my technique becomes the instinct thing. So when I'm out there, I'm just looking to play. If I see it, I know it's out to happen. I'm taking my chance. I'm going to do it. I'm gonna make that play. So.
How have you noticed you being able to play faster because of that?
Definitely. I mean, just film. Film always help you. When you watch film and you know what's going on, and you make yourself more confident, so you can just play as faster as you can, as you want, really.
Avonte, was obviously evaluated mainly by the coverage ability, but in this defense, Jim stresses tackling ability as well. Is that because of the style of defense you guys play, of keeping the ball in front of you and needing to make tackles in space?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, not just keeping the ball in front of you, but we got to stop the corner. Got to stop the run as well. So, when you playing certain coverages and you're that end piece as the corner, and that ball could always crash down and bounce out, you got to be there to make the play. So definitely stress it to corners being able to tackle.
You guys generally are the unblocked guy.
Yeah, definitely the unblocked guy. Yeah. So they put you in situations where you got to be able to make that play, and everybody counting on you.
Avonte, were there players that you tried to emulate, high school, college, coming?
Yeah, I mean, in high school, I used to watch guys like high school and college. I used to watch guys like Brent Grimes and Desmond King last year when he got in there. So I just watched a lot of the smaller guys, Tyrann Matthew, guys like that, so I can be able to see where I fit at in the league and see how they get it done. Take some techniques there.
That makes sense.
It's been a big question to ask players this week, but what is your philosophy, your general philosophy when it comes to scoreboard management? Is it something that you try to guard against, or is it something that you want an update of where the Vikings-Bears game is at the Sunday?
I think periodically through every game, TV timeouts, things like that, you look up at the scoreboard and see what's going on around the league. So, but I don't see it as something more than that. We're not looking, at that game for – that game has no effect on what we got to do. We got to win. So your full focus is on, winning that game. A little bit different than, say, the Rams or the Bears or things like that. And I know they'll be watching for other reasons. But for us, we have to win. So the scoreboard is really just to see what other scores are in the game, not only those games, but around the league. Other than that, you focus on what you're doing.
What is the situation like, though? Because I know your guys' first priority is winning the games, controlling what you can control, but knowing outside of that, you guys still don't control your own destiny.
Well, in a sense, you don't. You need help, but really, all you have is winning that game. So if we know, one scenario is guaranteed that if we don't win, we won't be in. So for us, we have to put everything we have into that, and so the rest will take care of itself. And we can finish that up or look at that when we accomplish the job.
Thanks.
Yep.
Malcolm, if you get in, you guys a problem?
Yeah, I think so. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree.
Yeah, I think so.
You obviously saw what level you guys can get to last year, and it feels like you're, in terms of intensity and just overall execution, it feels like you're there.
Well, I feel like we're playing our best ball, late in the season, which is what you want to do as a team, and it's giving us a chance to hopefully get into the tournament. So, for us, it's just continuing to get better. We got one more chance to compete, and hopefully that'll lead to one more.
Nelson, you've had back-to-back games now, 30-plus points for the team for the first time all season. What's worked?
We just playing football. At the end of the day, shoot, man, a lot of plays been working. That's all I can say. A lot of plays been working. A lot of guys been making plays. Quarterback's been giving, great opportunities to everybody, and guys are coming down with it. It's been great. And at the end of the day, we got one more game, and let's be consistent about that one.
Nelson, I know Carson can't play right now, but he seems like he's been around you guys, even though he's been injured. What has he been able to do without being able to play?
Well, he's in the meeting room. He's helping, facilitate all the details and things like that, like in terms of route detail, coverage, conversations. He's in the QB room meetings and all that. And at the end of the day, he's present, feel him. And, I'm just happy to see him here every day grinding, rehabbing, doing all the things he needs to help himself out.
Does he try to act differently now that he's not the guy, you know what I mean?
I don't really know about all that. At the end of the day, I feel Carson's presence 100%. He's here, he's somebody that, that's always going to be in the grind, and he does what Carson needs to do to help out.
With the way you guys have been playing, 4-and-run right now, chance to go 5-1. Do you feel like if you guys do get in the playoffs, you'd be like one of the?
Yeah, we feel like in the NFL you want to peak at the right time, and we truly believe that we're peaking as a team right now. This is the healthiest we've probably been all year. This is probably the best we've played on offense. The running game has been playing the best that it has, and the offense has probably scored the most points it has back-to-back weeks. So we just feel like if we can get in, we can be a dangerous team. We got a lot of postseason experience, obviously, on this team, and we're definitely playing our best football right now. We just got to find a way to get in. Yeah. Hopefully the Bears will hold it down for us, and we can go down to Washington and get a win.
With that said, would it be a shame if you didn't get in, if you end up beating Washington? But
I don't know if I'd call it a shame. We kind of dug ourselves in this hole. We have no one to blame but ourselves if we weren't to get in, just the way the season unfolded early in the year. But I would be definitely disappointed.
Swearinger is the primary matchup, and then he got released earlier this week. How much do you think that changes the game plan from their standpoint trying to defend you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's tough to say when they haven't played a game yet. I'm sure they're very confident in the guys behind him. Obviously, they probably wouldn't have released him. But like you said, he's a heck of a football player. I got a lot of respect for the guy. I'm sure we'll battle it out again down the road. But at the same time, whoever they put out there, I'm going to try and do the best I can and be the best tight end I can be for this team and make plays when the ball's in there.
Hey guys, he's got time for 2 more and then he's got to roll.
Is there any relief about getting the record out of the way and not having to worry about it this weekend?
I I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't really think about it when I'm playing. During the games, I have no idea how many catches or yards I have currently in the game. Not until after the game when someone tells you or you see it on TV or online or whatever, that's when you figure out how many catches and yards you have. But, I mean, during the game, like I said, it's tough to think about catches or records or yards because you're going against extremely talented players on the other side, and you got to be at your best. You got to be singularly focused on doing your job to the best of your ability and not worried about anything else.
Zach, given the way you're playing right now, if you get in, are you guys a problem?
I mean, we got to get in. That's the bottom line. We got to go down there and find a way to win this weekend. Can't worry too much about what's happening in the Bears or Vikings game because we just got to go out there and find a way to win.